Hey, it's Q again, and I'd like to talk about work. Now, in the finished version of this, I had a really scary old axe here. That works with a metaphor. Right now, I just showed it to you to make this video very scary for you. But the fact is, we need more people handling these axes and screwdrivers and keyboards and whatever. Basically, we need to put more people to work. Now, the numbers say more work is created. The most work right now is created in small businesses, 10 and under. Yet, nobody really likes those small businesses. All of the large forces in the labor politics are really, they're either straight or at least indirectly against small businesses because they can't control them. They're small players and they don't abide by the big boys' rules, or big girls for that matter. And that's where they're a little bit, I don't know, left to the side, something like that. But we could create from Tampere a city that really has room for small businesses. Now, it takes a lot of things. I don't have a magic trick for that. Only little ideas. Now, one thing that I'm really against is tax evasion. Now, we're often said that no, we have to do it by the EU books. We just have to buy from the cheapest provider, and that just usually happens to be the one who doesn't pay taxes. Surprise, surprise. Actually, it's not true. Some of our Euro politicians or MEPs have said and noted that the EU doesn't require your buying from the cheapest provider, but the best one. You can put other criteria on it. So we could use our heads for that. Surprise, surprise. EU does not prevent us from using our heads. And that's one thing. Then we have to bring small businesses together. Somehow create bridges and more chances to operate together. Well, in this English version, I'm of course going to have to look at the situation from the direction of people who speak English that are very often of immigrant background. Now, one thing is universities and such, they need to work more with small businesses, not just the big ones, and create, I don't know, paths, communications between small businesses, because work creates work. So, right, you got a small business, you found it, you start doing your own thing with the screwdriver or axe or whatever. You're going to need other small businesses. Someone's going to handle your telecom. Someone's going to handle your finances. You need a place for your business. And right now, you browse and look up, you only see big international companies offering services for small businesses. And we need to get them together. Now, as a small business keeper myself, I have like a handful of contacts with other small businesses. That's good. We can do great things together, but if I had like a couple handfuls more, we could do even more. We could do a lot. Because like some are better in marketing, some are programmers, some are other kinds of IT gurus, some know electricity, some know video production. Well, I obviously don't. But the point is, together these companies could compete for a lot more cases in the public and private sector. Personally, I don't do any work for the public sector. It's no. I could make a pretty long video about the problems of that. But there's a lot to be said there for small businesses providing very good, precise solutions, precise answers for troubles with public or private areas. So we need them to work. We also need, of course, room for businesses. Now, the trendy thing is, of course, these new, big, fancy office buildings with glass walls all around them and great lobby services. And so that's fine. That's fine. We need to have a lot of those. Companies that have a lot of finances behind them, they can use them. But sometimes you just need an old, half-rusted metal hole in the middle of Nikala. Let's say only thing holding it together are the bird droppings. And you need your few square meters there to do your thing. You don't need anything fancier. That's where you get the business going. So we need to make sure we have all kinds of business premises here. All kinds are welcome. It's often, especially when you're speaking English, you got to talk about the trendy things, about the new options of biotechnology and gaming. Oh, hey, no problem. I'll take the jobs and taxes for any business area. But we also have a lot of boring business areas that also need support. I mean, basically, if there's jobs, if there's tax money, if there are good services, really, what doesn't matter what area of business they're in. We need to support them all. And not by throwing money at them, but by making the conditions good in all areas. Now, as I said, I didn't have any magic tricks here. I will promise one thing. When the city is dealing with businesses that have, shall we say, challenges with paying taxes here, I am going to make a note of it. I'm going to keep noise of it. I'm going to hope other people will react to that and we can maybe start talking about them. Because there are cases that these international businesses have actually learned that, okay, maybe we'd do a little bit better business if we weren't such idiots. So they might start paying taxes. I know it's rare, but it's a possibility. And, of course, use these EU options, as I noted, to try to avoid getting to that situation in the first place. And keeping an eye out, not just for the interesting business areas, not just for the trendy ones, which, like I said, are great, but for all kinds of business. Because there's not really bad work, there's not crappy work, there's just work. And we need to keep every work-aged person at work. Anyone who's capable, is the right age to work, should have a chance to work, should have a job. Then when that works, and when we get the taxes from them, then we can make sure we take care of those children, elderly, those who aren't able to work. And that's how the fair game works. And again, as I've said many times, when some don't take part in this, the others have to pay more. That's why we gotta pull it together. Boring and the trendy and all that. And again, my not really trademark, because everyone does this, ending reading in Finnish as usual for you two. Som moro.